KD got traded on actually Game 7 of the NBA Finals. So he got moved to the Rockets for Jalen Green, 4 second-round picks, right? And then another player, I believe, who was in there. But
Dylan Brooks,
which was crazy to me too.
And they got the 10th overall pick in this draft.
10th. Yeah. So Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, 10th pick first round, and 4 second-round picks in the future, right? All for KD, straight up. So what do you think this does for KD and the Rockets? What do you think this does for Phoenix and Jalen Green? And who won the trade pretty much?
Oh, the Rockets definitely won this trade. Bro, you're essentially okay. Like Jalen Green, like he did nothing for you in the playoffs. He had that one game, 2 or 3, where he dropped like 30 points or something like that. But outside of that, I think he averaged like 9 points a game or something like that. Like, bro, you're so like if you go to KD's numbers back in the 2024 playoffs, I think he averaged like 27 points on 55% shooting and like 41% from 3. So you're essentially replacing what Jalen Green did, which I think he shot like 33% from the field this playoffs, with KD. Like, I think the Rockets definitely won that trade because it's just an upgrade from not like put it this way: if you put KD on the Rockets this season, they could have beaten the Golden State Warriors. So that the Rockets definitely won. The Dylan Brooks trade. He's kind of like your glue guy, tough guy, enforcer, like whatever word you want to use. So that might be a little bit of a loss, but then you have Amen Thompson and Tar Eason and stuff like that. So maybe they can kind of fill those gaps. The 10th pick is okay this year. Like I don't think it's going to be a championship contending like player that's going to come at the 10th pick. So I think the Rockets won this trade. For the Suns now, them acquiring Jalen Green, that tells me, okay, well, first of all, Bradley Beal, he has to, whoever gave him that trade clause, whatever, is stupid, bro, because now he can't be traded. So now it tells me either Devin Booker's on the way out or Jalen Green's going to go somewhere else because you have 3 guys who literally do the same thing now. Like before it was like, okay, KD and Devin Booker kind of do the same thing. Now you have 3 guards who literally do the same thing. So somebody's got to go. But I mean, it's good for Phoenix. They got the 10th pick because they have no picks. They have no draft picks. The second round picks, don't mean nothing, right? But I think this propels the Rockets a little bit. I don't think it makes them better than OKC. I don't know if it makes them better than if the Lakers get a big man, I don't think it makes them better than the Lakers. I'll put them on the same level as the Nuggets right now. But like I'm not jumping on that the Rockets are going to be the NBA champions next year. I don't see it, bro.
No. Okay.
I don't know about you, but I don't see it.
Fred VanVleet, KD, Sengun, Amen Thompson, and who do they have at the 2? Jabari Smith. Yeah, there's still some work to do there. There's still some work to do there.
You're missing something. I don't know what it is. You're missing something, and I don't think KD is enough to fill in that something. He definitely makes you better offensively because, like I said, Jalen Green, like what he gave you was trash. But if you replace it with KD, it's like, okay, we can get a legit 25 points a game from this guy on straight efficiency, no matter from the 3 or the 2. So, like, that's a great upgrade, but I don't know if it's the upgrade to win an NBA championship. Sometimes you need those little tweaks, like a la OKC with like Hardenstein and Caruso. Like you need those guys who are gonna do things that you need to win championship basketball. And I just don't know if that's the movie yet.
Yeah, no, you're right, because there are still some concerns right off the top of my head because like KD isn't really a leader, right? And they still don't really have a leader, right? Dylan Brooks, I get it. He was that enforcer guy. He was part of the culture, but they still have that culture still there. I think that's between like Fred, Eason, Sengun, and stuff like that. But KD doesn't really add to the to the culture, to the, you know what I mean? So there's still some gaps that they got to fill there in terms of leadership. Maybe they go after a Chris Paul, bring him in just to add some leadership and some veteran experience, right? Slow down the game, make sure that every play is used efficiently, right? So you kind of you do you do get rid of some of your problems with getting rid of Jalen Green. Although he was 22, averaging 22, but it was such a shallow 22 almost. It seemed like, right, and it didn't count when it mattered. So because I think he was averaging 12 points against Golden State that series.
I think it was
So
13. I think it was 13,
yeah,
but yeah, something like that.
so
Yeah.
you need better than that, right? Still some gaps that they got to fill up, but it's not the draft didn't happen yet. See, summer is just starting. So let's see if they have any other moves or picks to kind of use. Now, when it comes to Phoenix Suns, yeah, there is pure turmoil over there. Pure turmoil. Like they might just have to hold that out with Bradley Beal
Why?
because you're gonna give him up for nothing almost, right? And I'm really shocked that I guess Dylan Brooks. Not Dylan Brooks, but Devin Booker just kind of plays ball. He doesn't complain. He was in the finals a few years ago, and he's nowhere close to that now.
That's crazy.
You don't hear any requests for a trade, none of that stuff. So I don't know what's going on in his mind, but there's years wasting. And I can recall when he got drafted, I said, this kid's going to be good. You know what I mean? And he showed up to the plate. The organization let him down in so many different ways. Although they've tried, but they kind of gutted out the whole team. Over the past couple of years, I can't say that they tried, but he's one to not complain. But at this point, that's probably your best asset.
Yeah.
You gotta get as much as you can for him. That's the way I would go because you're not gonna get much for Beal, right?
They might buy him out. Like I read somewhere where
It's crazy.
like they might buy him out. Like you're
That's
gonna buy
tons of
out
money,
Bradley Beal. I think it's like $110 million that it would cost to buy him out. That's crazy.
and
One
then
check,
he
bro.
doesn't
100.
play, and then he doesn't play.
Well, like I guess if he gets bought out, I guess a team could sign him to to the vet minimum or the MLE, like the mid level
Yeah,
exception. But yeah, I
he
think
doesn't
that's the
play for
best route.
Phoenix. Sorry, yeah,
Yeah,
he'll get picked
yeah.
up, but he giving someone a check for 110 and sending them on their way from your team. You might as well pay him and make him play.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah,
You
yeah.
might as
No,
well
no, I
hold
see
him,
what you're saying. Yeah. Financially,
right?
that might make more sense. But yeah, if I'm Phoenix, I got to give up Devin Booker for picks, players, or
Yeah,
just rebuild because yeah, you're not winning anything anytime soon. Devin Booker's only getting older. He's what 28 now, I
yeah,
think.
28,
Devin Booker,
29.
something like that. So he's in the smack right in the middle of his prime. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say? It's kind of given like the Jokic situation, but on a higher degree in the sense of like, bro, like, are you gonna waste this guy's prime? Like,
Yeah.
and Devin Booker needs to say something eventually, but maybe he may not be that guy where like he might like some guys take their professionalism serious in the sense of, like they're not gonna go to the owner or the GM and be like, I want to trade, I want out. Like some of them are just gonna be professional and be like, this is the team I play for. Like no matter who's on that team, I'm gonna play. You know what I'm trying to
Hmm.
say? I'm very curious what they're gonna do with Jalen Green because again, I don't know, man. Maybe you can get something for Jalen Green, like maybe flip him for something else that can maybe make this team respectable next season.
Yeah.
And respectable, I mean a playing team or something. But like,
Hmm.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But I'm excited to see the Houston Rockets, the new team. The Suns, like
Yeah.
they're like Utah Jazz to me right now, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention to them.
They remind me of Milwaukee right now.
Yeah, to a certain, but they're worse. I still think they're in a worse
They're worse.
position. Like,
They are worse.
yo, bro, I don't think any team, like, I'm thinking top of my head, maybe the 76ers with Paul George's contract, but, like, I don't think anybody's in a worse position than the Phoenix Suns right now. I'm literally trying to think of top of my head. I don't think so. I really don't, bro.
Washington?
Yeah, but Washington doesn't have, like, okay, the Washington would be if they had Beal still, but they got rid of that toxic contract, bro. They knew what they were doing. They're like, yeah, you want him, take him. I don't care, because I think Chris Middleton's contract's up next season, so that's off the books. Jordan Poole's not on a crazy contract, so they're okay. It's just that they suck because they've been tanking and they're not getting those top three picks. That's
Yeah.
their problem. But the NBA is not giving no top three pick, bro. Come on,
Yeah, yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening.
it's not
And they
happening, bro.
wouldn't they wouldn't even know what to do with it at that point.